Come with me now. Come with me now. Come with me now. I'll take you now. Come with me now.
What's up, everybody? Extramillion here once again with Totally Sick Dishonored Edition. This time we're running through Mission 5, Lady Boyle's Last Party. And so, as you can see, we've just come back from successfully capturing Sokolov in the previous mission. And when he wakes up, we're going to basically interrogate him for some information on the mistress of the Lord Regent.
Places. Guess we all have at that.
So there's Overseer Martin and Havelock to congratulate us. Now, I skipped through pretty much all of these scenes, so you won't actually get to listen to Sokolov really say anything. But basically, when they interrogate him, he reveals that when he painted all of the portraits for all of the characters in the game, the Lady Boyle portrait that he painted, he does not actually know her identity because there's actually 3 Lady Boyle sisters, and he doesn't know which one is your actual assassination target or is the mistress of Hiram Burroughs. Because apparently he only painted her from behind, which he will tell you because she apparently has a great ass. Now, unfortunately, this does not mean that we have some sort of Metal Gear Solid style sneaking game where we have to stare at a bunch of people's asses until we can find out which one is the real one. But, you know, their loss.
It's time to put him to the question.
The information that he gives you is both good and bad. It's bad because you don't know which one you're supposed to eliminate, but it's good because the place that you're going to is a masquerade ball.
Sorry.
So even if you had seen her face, it wouldn't matter because everyone would be wearing masks, which includes Corvo, so that means that you are free to move around the party unobstructed as long as you don't go to the second floor, which is where guests are not allowed. Basically, everyone at the party thinks that you are dressed up as the masked felon instead of, you know, actually being Corvo. Which is funny because once you actually get to the party, you can sign the guest book as Corvo Atano, and in the next mission, you can find a letter that someone wrote to the Lord Regent that says that, like, holy shit, Corvo was actually there the whole time. So this mission will also introduce one of the last new types of enemies, which is the Tall Boys, and they look like, basically, if the Combine from Half-Life 2 could walk around on giant mechanical stilts and had bows that fired incendiary bolts.
Once you get to the party,
as you'll see in this incredibly one-sided fight.
enjoy your evening out.
Wendy, I can fly.
Better you.
So that tall boy just took out a whole bunch of weepers. So at the start of this mission, we will basically just jump into the water and swim to the completely opposite end of this, like, moat and get our ass chewed off by all of these hagfish. I said in an earlier video that this is probably my favorite mission just because all of the rooms inside are incredibly opulent and well designed. So now that we're across, we'll basically walk across this little bridge here, having bypassed all the guards, and then we'll need to make our way over that fence that's in front of us. To do so, we need to wait for a few weepers who are down the street to walk forward. And then once we're inside, we will pick up a spare invitation that a lady drops so that we can go inside. There are a few different invitations that you can collect. One of them is in Art Bunting's his safe that's in the 3rd mission. The art dealer. And if you have that one, sometimes the guests of the party will address you as Mr. Bunting. So now, as long as you don't use your powers or weapons or do anything suspicious, people will basically just leave you alone. Now, I should probably talk about some of the complicated relationships between a lot of the NPCs at this party. As I mentioned before, there are 3 Boyle sisters, Esma, Lydia, and Waverly, and only one of them is the actual target.
They're going to wear the same.
And you have to talk to 2 different people within the party to divine which of these 3 women is your actual target.
No choice but to play.
The first woman you'll talk to will be Mrs. White, who's wearing a mask that makes her look like some sort of large insect. She knows which Boyle sister is wearing what particular dress, because the sisters are not always wearing the same dress. So not only is your target randomized, but they don't even wear the same dresses, so it's not like Waverly would always be in black or white or red.
Careful.
The second character that you have to talk to is Lord Brisby, who's wearing some sort of weird scarecrow mask, and he is the one who gives you the option of doing the non-lethal method, because he's apparently in love with whoever the target happens to be.
Could the city get any worse?
Indeed.
Now, I walk forward to that guard, and he activates his little, hey, you shouldn't be here, you're trespassing. And he will actually walk out of that area since I interfered with him or talked to him,
How can I thank you?
which is good because we have to get to the second floor.
Lady Boyle's guessing game? Well, I know for a fact that Waverly's in red.
Evening, sir.
Now, Lord Brisby basically says that if you can find out, if you can find the sister and find out who she is, he has a boat waiting in the basement, and if you can lure her down there, then he will whisk her away and, I guess, make her his love slave or something. It's never really made explicitly clear what he's going to do with her.
Pendleton's, and her name is Esma. I won't harm her.
So it should also be mentioned that whoever happens to be the target, whichever of the 3 sisters, they will have a letter from Hiram Burroughs in their bedroom,
Excuse me.
and a key that goes along with it, which is called the Dunwall Tower Skeleton Key, which is instrumental in making sure that the next mission is incredibly easy. Now, this bedroom that I'm in now is Esma's. She is the most convenient one, and is the one that you actually want. The least convenient would be Lydia. Now, if you look to your left, there's a bed, and above that is a little wooden door that connects to the attic, and on the other side of the attic is another wooden door that connects to Waverly's bedroom. So if Waverly is the one that you get, then she's also acceptable because her bedroom's also easy to get to. So I just checked my mission there, and Esma, as it turns out, is in black, so I'm talking to her right now.
Really? Who?
She's not only the most convenient because her bedroom is right at the top of the stairs, but because her AI pathfinding makes her walk right into this room
Are wearing.
if she happens to be the target.
You're serious, aren't you?
She's also pretty funny because she's apparently the freakiest of the 3 sisters, because she thinks that since Corvo's talking to her, trying to save her life, that it's all a pretext to basically get her alone so he can have sex with her.
Of course I can. Anything.
Now, unfortunately, you can't talk to her beforehand and then just meet her in the basement, because she's not actually scripted to walk towards the basement, she's just scripted to follow you. So I have to talk to her now. Otherwise, I would be able to just talk to her, run upstairs, grab the key, and then come back down and meet her in the basement, or the wine cellar.
I can't help it if they're out on the street. They aren't much.
Once I make sure that there's no one around, I will strangle her and take her down to meet Lord Brisby, and then I can get the hell out of here. Oh, no one's around. Now, when I was doing this initially, I kept hopping over this little railing here to meet Lord Brisby just like a half second earlier, and his cutscene would initiate, and I would drop her, and she would die, so it would always count as 1 casualty. Even though I completed the mission anyway, it would say I had 1 civilian killed.
Found her. Quickly.
So just basically take the extra couple of seconds and wander down the stairs.
Someday you will understand. You'll never know how happy you've made me. Someday she'll learn to appreciate.
So there they go, off on their boat in their extremely creepy relationship. Man, what a boss. He doesn't even have to steer his boat. So now that that's done, we can basically just leave the party. Same way we came in, through the front door.
Here the Bannerman was ruined.
And nobody suspects a thing.
Arnold Timsh.
Also, I mentioned that the tall boys were the new enemy in this one. There's also the overseers have this music box that they play if you're being suspicious, and it will deactivate all of your outsider powers, so, you know, don't be suspicious. If you sneak up to that guy rather than walk, you can take the key off of him, which unlocks this door up at the top here, the guard quarters, and allows you to basically get into this back alley and be extremely close to the exit. Now, for a second, when this guard shouts, I thought that he had seen me, but he's actually being attacked by these rats, which is lucky because it stops his path that he was walking on, because normally he's supposed to walk to the end and turn around, but they basically delayed him for a couple seconds, so that was nice. Now, the reason I'm sneaking along this hallway is because there's a few tall boys wandering around, and they shine a spotlight that you can just barely see on the left edge of the screen. And if you stand up, more often than not, they will actually see you. Now, just wait here for a second, and that tall boy will turn around. And then you're basically home free, and then you just go meet Samuel.
I hope you enjoyed your evening, sir.
And that is all for this mission, and I will see you guys next time.